ará àdúgbò zẹ̀, tuntun ti dé o zẹ̀, zazu zẹ̀, ó pọ̀ létí zẹ̀, ó yẹ kẹ́ ti máa gbọ́ zẹ̀. Portable Bado gbémi travailler zẹ̀, zẹ̀ kan tó tẹ̀rí ẹ̀. Poko. Sorry, I don't know how to sing the song. I actually went online to search for it, so I played it and tried to follow the flow. And also, I have the lyrics in front of me. I'm reading it. Bado snare ze, pepe snare ze, many were wale or mere wale ze, a repete ze, unruly ze, badoli ze, p prime gbemi debe ze, ababejeze, azarailu epa ze, mofos cannot keep up. I will skip this one that has B in it, the B word. Hunzazu ze, shi haka or shai haka ze, ika ze, tesojue ze, tesojue biti alaga ze, aigaza ze, or ay gaza ze, ejeloju biti abacha ze, rojupa ze, leojupa ze, marerin ze, kala ze, daju ze, wuwaika ze, kazu bizua. There you go. I hope this is not going to make me lose my teeth. Koko tua ze. That is from Zazu. There's a reason why I, actually went for these lyrics, because, there's an African belief that the name of a child can be reflected in the character of the child as the child grows up, or throughout the name, people's name. There's this question, age-long question, what is in a name? And it is believed that there's power in names. Look at everything that this guy said. I'm going to explain some of them to you in Yoruba very soon, and you will see that most of the things that this guy said he is actually reflecting in his character. He's already high there, he's making the money, but I pray that he doesn't use his own hand to bring himself down. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe to this channel, click the notification bell and like this video, and please share it. This is just going to be a lesson in parenting. It's also going to be an awareness, because what this guy did was that, it's no longer news to many people that he assaulted, Ogun State officials who are town planning officials, and then his boys, he made his boys to come against them. This is from the Punch of the 6th of February 2025. The Ogun State government on Thursday arraigned 9 prodigies of popular singer Apipo Kikiola, also known as Portable, before a magistrate court in Ishabo, Abeokuta, for allegedly assaulting officers of the Otazona Planning Office of the Ministry of Fiscal Planning and Urban Development. They named all his boys that did that assaulted the government officials. They were arraigned on a 5-count charge bordering on felony, assault and restriction, armed with cutlasses and guns. Imagine that. Conduct likely to cause a breach of public peace and intending to kill. It was that bad. Now, they went on and explained that while the town planning officers were performing their lawful duties at Odoguba, being owned by Portable, a popular musician, that they were unlawfully assaulted and restricted and obstructed the town planning officials. Now, that is number one. And Portable said he's frustrated that the Ogun State government sealed his premises, and that the reason why they are saying what they are giving as an excuse, okay, they said government sealed his uncompleted building and hotel. That's why he was having that fisticuff with the people. Portable claimed in social media posts that the government action led to the arrest of 20 people, including artists, customers, and others who sought his help, and that he also alleged the authorities confiscated cars, bikes, and phones. And the singer argued that The singer argued that he was using the building to boost events and shows, not to sell drinks. That was Portable there. I'm going somewhere with this story, and I'm reading from credible sources here. I'm not in Nigeria. I've been out for a while. But these are matters that are happening right there in our very eyes, and these are matters of public interest, because we see a guy who has habitually and consistently, unrepentantly, bold-facedly, confronted the law enforcement over and over. I think there was a time he was he was supposed to be arrested by the police for one reason or the other, and he gave them a showdown. And another time he was said to have slapped a pastor. Recently he was dragging one of his baby mothers or in the public, who used to be the queen or one of the wives of the former Alaafin of Oyo, and he did it in a very, very uncouth way, very disgusting, very, very irritating, for someone that you have been with in private. He brought her to the public, and he was just making a public show of himself and that very person, to the extent that he was talking down people from Ibadan about whether he did a POP for the girl she renovated the house, and he just talks anyhow. This is a guy that I saw him invited to one event sometimes ago, and he was running, what is a scaffolder, whatever they use, just to hang the lights and the music, very, very tall like this in a massive hall, and this guy was climbing it and just doing like a monkey. That's the character of this guy. And when you look at his track, what he was saying in that track, you will see it reflects everything that he has sung in that track. People take it as entertainment, but maybe the spirit of the song is following him. And I don't mean it spiritually. I just mean that, he knows his personality and character. I learned that he was a boxer, and you can see when you see this guy, despite all his money, he doesn't really have that steez. He doesn't have that, it doesn't, maybe that's why he's winning. Maybe that is a very funny street character. There was a time he even bragged that whether he was going to be like Fela or was like Fela, and people told him to keep short, that he is not even like enough to be Fela's tail. That's too small to, even make that comparison. Now, after doing everything that he will do, committing all the atrocities, let us hear what Portable has to say. In the Sun of today, 11th February, the Sun newspaper, Nigeria, Portable slams father for not defending him in Ogun government case. This is a guy that has no respect for his own father, and that's why part of the questions I'll be asking is that where's the place of parenting? Because ordinarily, if this guy, there are street boys, there are people who are roadside boys, there are people who are, they just run away from home and everything, but when they get some money, you can't even trace it in their personality, you can't trace it in their character, because would have said this thing is a failure of parenting, or is this just a problem child? Because people will wonder that maybe he wasn't well trained. But you will see how he's talking to the father now. Let's go through the story. Controversial singer Habib Olalomi Badmus, also known as Portable, has called out his father. Can you imagine that? Called out his father for not intervening in his ongoing dispute with the Ogun State government. Daily Sun reported that Portable assaulted some town planning officials in the Ogun State government, which led to the arrest of some of his aides, which they were sentenced in the magistrate court in Ogun. In a social media post, he criticized his father and accused him of being a horrible parent. Oh my gosh. I opened this story, but I didn't even see that part. That he's calling his parent a horrible parent. Horrible parent. He said that his father has been collecting and spending his money, but he failed to go to the station to defend him. Did his father send him to go and be misbehaving in public and to be, harassing government officials? This guy is so infant terrible. He's so, money polishes people. A lot of people came from, very, very mean and, is it mean? Meek and lowly backgrounds. But there's a kind of grace, a kind of poise, a kind of culturing, a kind of civility that people learn, and it can be acquired, when they start having money, so that they can fit very well in society and be able to sit with the VIPs and the who is who's. This guy is still blaming his father. Can you imagine somebody calling his father a horrible parent? Now, he doesn't have any of these things. He said that his father was the one building the house that government officials came to inspect, which led to his troubles. And he is making additional charges against his biological father. He alleged, the Zazu Kruna alleged that the latter, that is the father, did not settle the individuals who came to check his property. So his father might not be that poor after all. If it is true, maybe he's building it for himself or he's building it by proxy. But if his father was well to do, I don't think that he will be the type that will not be able to at least call his son to order. Because all this while that this boy has been in public, he has just always been, how will I put it now? He has always been just so controversial. There are many controversial people out there. A lot of entertainers are controversial, but they are not so street. There are street people that are more street than this Sazu guy in all over, not just entertainment industry, even in banks. We have people who are street. They are street men They are streetwise, but they are not street boys. We have street girls everywhere, including in high places, in positions, VIPs. But they are streetwise, but they are not street boys. Even if this is a street boy, he's not packaging himself. He's not even touching himself up. Let's just take it as an operational word. He's not touching himself up. He's not learning poise. He's not learning civility. He's not learning charisma. He's not learning. He's not being cultured, right? He alleged that the father did not settle them who came to check his property. Whether the father is building for himself or is building by proxy, it is possible that if the father is a well-to-do person, definitely some parents, good parents do have good children, but it's unpredictable because children have influences that become surprising and uncontrollable for the parents once the children go to school, whether they go to boarding school or even at home, environmental influences, social influences, especially these days of social media. But I know this boy grew up, well, half social media, half proper without social media. Because sometimes we can't blame it all on the parents, but most times it is failure of parenting. But this one, he said it was his father's property. And Zazu is not the type that will be too afraid to claim ownership of what belongs to him. So probably I do wonder that is his father not alive? Doesn't he have parents with all these things that he's doing? But from the way he's talking to his father now, you can see that this boy is no respecter of anybody. It's only God that is not respecter of persons. And this boy is not God. Portable stated that he would not have had any issues with the officials if his father had followed the proper steps. He also mentioned that his father fled from the police and lacked the courage to show up at the police station. In one of the reports that I said, he said that if only the father have settled them. That's the word that was used there. And that means giving them a tip or at least just rubbing their palms. You understand? Just like giving them, just tipped them. This boy is not accepting responsibility. He's embarrassing his father publicly. I do not know. Even for everything that has been happening, there was a time he was said to have slapped a pastor. He slapped a pastor publicly who, for whatever reason, right? And then he came back sometimes later and started, crying. He does some kind of, is this sadistic? What kind of thing? What kind of character is that? Somebody that can have extreme, maybe something like bi-polar attitude. Why am I saying all of these things? The same reason I went into the lyrics. Let me read some of the few Yorubas. There are some of those things that are just, kind of street catchy, very high sounding, reverberating words that resonate with the new generation, because it looks like this song. In fact, I saw that the song was about, is it 16 million? I don't want to exaggerate, but it was in millions. I saw it in passing. I opened that track, I listened to it. That's why I was able to get the cadence of how he was calling those things. Let me go back to where I said that sometimes a person's name, what is in a name? A name can be an influencer. It can have impact on somebody. Let's look at the Daju. Daju means be mean. Is this guy not mean? Kala means frown or scroll your face up. Is he not scrolling his face up? Mareni means don't laugh. Although this sounds like fun, and I think the song caught fire, it spread like wildfire. But look at everything he's saying about himself. Mareni, don't smile. Look tough. Leojupa, look tough. Rojupa, look strong. Tighten your face. Tighten your gaze. Ejeloju bitabacha, that is having blood in his eyes, like the name that was called. Ejeloju means somebody that is very, very extremely vicious. Somebody that is vicious, at least for someone to have blood in their eyes. AY Gaza or AA Gaza or something. Let me look for other words. Ika means wicked. Ika means mean. Ika means somebody that is very exacting. That anyway, it means wicked. Okay, someone that reciprocates evil, right, or initiates evil. Then another one, he say Azairu Epa. Azairu means Satan in some other languages, so he's calling himself Satan. He calls himself unruly here. He even put that one in English, unruly ze. Is he not unruly here? Pepper snare. Is pepper anything other than spice? But pepper is spicy and it's very hot. I don't want this video to be too long. It's just that I hope somebody will call this guy and call him to order so that he doesn't ruin his own career. Because you see, this stardom thing is sometimes it's just like something that happens in a flash, and you know, he's already blessed. Many people are looking for the opportunity to rise like him. It was discovered as an act, and he has really gotten up there, and it's still redeemable. Let him just know that he cannot get away with all atrocities all the time. And I do not wish him down. I wish him well. I don't wish anything to go wrong or to happen to his rising career. But it doesn't look like he has the kind of character that can support that career for so long if he continues this way, because he has done all that should not be done. And I hope, as a parent myself with adult children, even if I do not have children or I'm not a parent, as a human being, I wish him as a fellow human being the best. I wish that everything would turn around for him in a way that he will truly repent and calm himself. He's already blessed. Many people are looking to get the kind of cash flow this boy is getting. They are looking to even have something that will. This guy is made for life. You see, success is something, but it's harder to get successful. It's harder to manage success than getting successful. The effort you put in, he needs to understand that and make sure that he doesn't demarket himself. This is the much I can see. Thank you for watching, and please click the subscribe button. Our analytics at the back end shows that only 25% of you that are watching us are subscribed. Please go ahead and click the like button and click subscribe right now. Yeah, subscribe, and share this video so that you will see the next one when we load it. Thank you, and see you on the next one. Bye.